Thursday night smokes this week. Brought out my Diamonds glass because I'm having a decent shot of whiskey. I feel like I need something with a bit of bite. It's been one of those weeks, so I want something with a bit of strength and a bit of character, so I'm going for the Lagavulin 10-year-old. This is the sherry oak finished one that my brother-in-law got me a while ago. And although we met up recently, we still have not drunk nearly enough of that whiskey yet. So I'm having that this evening. Pairing that with a cigar I've been having a lot lately. It's the new Charatan range, Charatans of London. I really am enjoying this lot. I think this is like my third one of these this week. So this is the Maduro finished one. I think this is my favourite out of the trio. It's got a nice sort of peppery smoke to it, which should work well with the Lagavulin. This is one of those bits of the conversations I had back on that podcast with Davidoff. We were saying that there are some cigars that will work with peated whiskies, but it has to be a strong cigar. Now that's a regular production cigar, so I'm hoping that will work. It's interesting, the dry draw on these. Always a good draw, I will say. It's got quite an oaky note to it though. So there's no hint of black pepper or anything like that, which you can get on a dry draw with some cigars, like the Partagas P2 in particular, or the Bolivar Bellicosas Finos. Those two always seem to have a peppery dry draw. So it can happen, but it's not with this. Maybe a hint of, you know, it's sort of like really dark chocolate, almost like 90% cocoa. That sort of note. That's what I'm getting from that. Always a lovely sound. Oh wow, you can smell. Ooh, that is incredibly smoky. Oh, that is a proper. Oh, that's really sucking the moisture out of your tongue. That's a proper smoky dram, that. Oh, that's got a bite. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. That's really mellowed out the whiskey. That whiskey was really stringent on your palate. It's really quite a heavy whiskey. Even though it's, you know, the sherry oak. I'll let that go. Fucking choppers. Right, choppers now fucked off pretty much. Anyway, as I was saying, that cigar, excuse me, that cigar is instantly taking away a lot of the peatiness from the whiskey. So it's interesting. I'm really genuinely curious how this is going to go. Got a lot more sweetness now. So the smoke from the cigar has already changed my palate enough that it's hiding the peat so much and giving me a lot more of the sweet notes. Actually, that works as a pairing. That really does work, so I'm impressed. Lucky pick. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. Mine's got a lot better having this. Whilst I think about it, if you're around this weekend and going to the Summertime Smoke Cigar Festival, I almost forgot what it was called, you'll find me and Gary will be there. We're going to be recording bits for the podcast, so do come along and say hello. And yeah, very much looking forward to that. It'll be very interesting because they're also rolling, so they've got a Cuban cigar roller in, so they will be rolling what we call green cigars, essentially. When they're rolled, you can smoke it, but after 48 hours, I would leave it for at least 6 months, because that's when the oils will start changing in the cigar as it settles, and it becomes quite harsh and bitter. but if you can have it when it's a green cigar, when it's just been rolled, they are amazingly good. So I'm going to try and pick some of those up this weekend. That's one of my plans for the weekend anyway. Oh, that's working really well. %, that as well. So it's a decent cask strength whiskey. It's not the highest I drink, but it's got a good punch to it. That's where having a glass like that does come into its own. It does take a lot of the ethanol out of it, so it lets it escape, which makes it a bit easier to swallow, for want of a better way of wording that. And I have to admit, the cigar has balanced it very well. Quite pleased with that. I'm becoming quite a big fan of these new little Charatans. If you have had the opportunity to grab some, do, because they're definitely worth picking up a few. They come in 3. Trying to remember, get that bug out of the way. Yeah, anyway. The Maduro is probably my favourite. The other 2 bands are the cream sort of band and the red band. The red one I quite like. It's a good morning cigar. The cream one, I would say if you're new to cigars, that's a good place to start. So yeah, I'm going to sip. I'm going to enjoy this and just relax. Just for a little while. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.